We are officially in spooky season, and that means Halloween parties and Halloween cocktails. So this week, let me show you how to make 3 different cocktails that are perfect for anyone to enjoy. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Matt, and today, like I said, I'm going to show you how to make 3 whiskey-based Halloween cocktails that will suit your guests no matter what their tastes. We're going to have a spirit-forward Smoky Old Fashioned, we're going to have a blood orange whiskey sour, and we're going to have a blood orange whiskey spritz. So it'll suit your guests no matter if they want something strong, something classic, or something that's just easy to drink. For our Smoky Old Fashioned, we're going to use a smoky whiskey. This is Connemara's peated single malt whiskey. You can use any kind of peated smoky whiskey you want. I'm using Connemara because I think it's got a nice kind of balance of sweetness and smoke that goes really well in a cocktail. So we're going to get our mixing glass and we're going to pop a rock of ice into there. We're going to follow that with 2 ounces of Connemara peated single malt. Now, as I said, you can use whatever peated whiskey you want. I'm just happen to use Connemara. And then we're going to follow that up with about 10 ml of sugar syrup. Now, you could use kind of however much sugar syrup you want. If you want it sweeter, if you want it less sweet, you can use more or less sugar syrup. You also might find that if you use a different whiskey, you'll need more or less sugar syrup, but I find 10 ml is a good balance for me. And then we're just going to add to that 2 dashes of classic Angostura bitters. Like, this is an old fashioned, you can't really go wrong with it. It's really nice, and we're just going to stir that down for about 30 seconds. Now, we've been stirring this for about 30 seconds, so I think it's nicely chilled. I think it's ready to go. So I'm going to get a nice rocks glass and get another rock of ice and put that in there. We're going to take a strainer, pop that on top, and just strain it on. Perfect. This is a simple cocktail. It's spirit forward, so it's going to have a nice strong flavor behind it. So any of your guests who are looking for that classic kind of cocktail, they won't be disappointed. And to add an extra bit of flair, especially for Halloween, we're going to take an orange peel, we're going to take a lighter, and when we express the oils from the orange peel over it, we're going to express it through the fire, and that'll give a nice kind of charred, smoky flavor to it. So just get that ready, and then that'll add a nice bit of aroma to the cocktail. Those oils get burned slightly, perfect for Halloween. And this cocktail might be done, but we're not finished yet. We're going to make a blood orange whiskey sour. This is a classic twist on that classic sour. I mean, it's 2 parts spirit, 1 part sour, 1 part sugar. But for the sugar, we'll be using a blood orange sugar syrup to really amp up the kind of Halloween vibe. It's a shake and drink, so we're going to get our shaker tin. We're going to pop a nice bit of ice into there, so the cocktail will be nice and cool when we shake it. We're going to use Roe & Co.'s classic blend. This is their blend 106. It's a really good whiskey for cocktails. It's 45% alcohol, so it's going to be present, but it's also got a nice bit of sweetness and spice, so it doesn't dominate the cocktail, but is very present. So we're going to use 2 ounces or 60 ml of Roe & Co.'s 106 blend. We're going to add to that, like I said, 1 ounce of blood orange sugar syrup. Now, this is just basically classic sugar syrup. It's got blood orange flavor, so it's a little bit tangier, a little bit tartar, and adds a nice red color to the cocktail. Next up is our sour. I'm going to be using 1 ounce of lemon juice. Again, nothing too complex, nothing too strange or startling in this cocktail, just a classic cocktail that anyone can enjoy. Now, for our egg white, what we're going to do is we're going to take our egg, we're going to break it open, just like that, and we're going to pour the egg into the empty half of our shaker tin, just in case we get any egg white, we can fish it out. What we're going to do is we're going to pour the yolk between the 2 halves of the egg, and that'll let us separate the egg white from the egg yolk and leave us with just what we want to get that classic creamy, velvety whiskey sour. Now, if you want, you could use a foaming agent. There's a few different brands out there that have foaming agents on the market that are vegan, that are vegetarian friendly, but I think I really like that classic whiskey sour with the egg white, so I'm going to be using that. And then all you got to do is add this to your big tin, pop it down, and shake it away for about 20 seconds. Okay, that's nicely chilled. So we're going to bang this off. We're going to get our glass and we're going to double strain it in. We're going to double strain it because we want to make sure we don't get any chips of ice or anything like that into the cocktail, so it gets a nice clean head on the cocktail. So we get both our strainers and pour it in. And now while that settles, we're going to put our garnish on top of it, and then we're going to make our final cocktail. So for a garnish, I'm just using a little simple twist of lemon, hanging that over the edge. It's going to give a nice little bit of a visual flair to it and a bit of taste too. And now our last cocktail is going to be a Spritz, and we're going to be able to build it in the glass, so you don't need a shaker tin, you don't need a stirring tin, anything like that. We're going to be using Teeling's small batch whiskey. This is finished in rum casks, got a nice bit of sweetness. We're also going to be using a bit of Aperol and some blood orange syrup, because if there's one fruit that screams Halloween, it's a blood orange. And it's going to be a nice drink, easy for anyone to drink, easy for anyone to enjoy. It's simple, it's classic, and it's a really great drink. We're going to pop a nice bit of ice into our glass, and then we're going to add to that 2 ounces of Teeling's small batch whiskey. Like I said, nice and sweet, nice and easy to drink. It's a great base for a lot of cocktails. And now on top of that, we're going to add in half an ounce of blood orange sugar syrup, and then half an ounce of Aperol. Aperol is a great little addition to cocktails with a soda, because it adds a nice bit of herbal, botanical notes to the cocktail and a bit of sweetness without overpowering the rest of your ingredients. So just half an ounce of Aperol, plus also it's red, so it fits in with the theme. And then we're going to stir these all around to make sure they're incorporated, and then we're going to add our soda on top. Just a nice quick stir, nothing too fancy, just want to make sure that sugar syrup is nicely mixed through the drink. For our soda, we're going to be using San Pellegrino Blood Orange, because, I mean, again, blood orange, great theme. It also has a nice bit of tartness to the cocktail without adding too much sugar, without adding too much sweetness. So I think a blood orange soda is great. We add this at the end so that we don't lose any of those bubbles, and we keep it nice and fresh. And for the garnish on this, we're not going to go too mad. We're just going to add a nice little wheel of an orange in there. It's going to keep the cocktail sweet, it's going to keep the cocktail fresh, it's not going to be overpowering, it's going to be a really easy cocktail for a lot of your guests to drink. And then we're just going to pop in a straw, and there we have it. I think these are 3 really great cocktails. I mean, you're going to have a spirit-forward, strong cocktail for people who are just looking for something really nice, really strong, but it's also a bit smoky, so it's going to have that campfire vibe. We've got a classic cocktail that most people will be able to enjoy. It's a bit tart, it's a bit sweet, it's got a really nice body, a really nice visual appeal to it, and we're going to also have a really great little cocktail. It's soda based, it's sweet, it's long, it's not going to be too complex, and most of your guests will enjoy it. The fact that we've got 2 blood oranges and 1 smoky cocktail is just perfect for Halloween. So there we have it, 3 cocktails that are great for Halloween. Stay spooky, and I'll see you next time.